Yes, we're back. It's the weekly Noticias.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
We're back. They've allowed us out of the residencia yet again, Chris, no?
They have.
It's the weekly Noticias. That's the clash. Should I stay or should I go? And of course, you should stay. We've got a great group of guests, haven't we, this week?
Wonderful group of guests.
The weekly Noticias is live and uncut. It's the show that helps you to improve your English and your Spanish by having fun analysing the weekly news in English, Spanglish and Catalanish. Okay, Tori?
That's why I came on the show, because those are my native languages these days. So
Fantastic. We see it as a sort of a language exchange show. We aim to start multilingual conversations. At the moment, we're busy each week helping our Spanish guests and audience to improve their English and learn new words by dissecting the weekly news, the weekly Noticias. It's a game show, but it's very hard to win points. Is that correct, Xavier?
It is hard, yeah. But not for me, for Chris.
Yeah, of course. The rules are simple. There aren't any, apart from the rules I make up as I go along. We also aim to have at least 7 specific words that we learn at the end of the 7th round, John. Is that right? You've got a special word wheel, I think, that works. How does that go?
We have the word wheel.
Yeah, so when you hear that, after each round, there's a special word which Xavi, he picks up 7 new words each week and he makes a sentence out of them. So my guest this week, I'm the host, Tim Parfitt. On my right is the British comedian who we always say has the perfect looks for radio. Please welcome Chris Groves.
Thank you very much. Yes.
This week adding glamour to his team, originally from Colombia, I believe 15 years in Barcelona.
Correct.
Is all-round businesswoman, publisher, content production specialist, a key top executive with Barcelona's fantastic Metropolitan magazine, and the content marketing agency Noise Lab. Yes,
Correct.
Yeah. Always very lively, always very happy and smiling. Look at her fantastic smile. Please welcome Andrea Moreno.
Thank you for a wonderful introduction.
Yes. On my left is a regular award-winning international Spanish comedian, a regular on TV's Comedy Central, who's performed in the States, Ireland, Croatia, Bosnia, Slovenia and Holland. Mm-hmm. We're improving his English each week, aren't we, Chris?
We're trying.
Yes, we're trying.
Yeah.
Please welcome Xavier Castells. Now, on Xavi's team, we're very honoured to welcome a very talented American singer-songwriter this week, who is originally from Nashville and who came to Barcelona 5 years ago, I believe. She's now released 6 albums, mixing blues, rock and flamenco. Was originally described as adventurous and willing, always pushing the envelope by Rolling Stone magazine, and has since received praise from all corners of the globe, from the Los Angeles Times to Fox News and MTV. She plays over 200 concerts and key festivals a year, and her latest album is La Huerta. We're going to be hearing more tracks from that, some tracks from that later on. And you've got an upcoming concert with the American Independence Day, is that right?
that's right, on Saturday.
Yeah.
And the first, we'll be doing a benefit concert for the Caserona McDonald, or a benefit event with children's activities and all kinds of other stuff. We'll be playing and singing, and Metropolitan Magazine has been nice enough to promote us.
That's fantastic. Please welcome Tori Sparks.
Thank you very much.
I'm just going to show that,
I've got my regular...
Oh, she's so good.
She's look at her. Trying to get you're trying to get a point already, and I think we're going to give you a point for that. We have our third referee, Jon Groves, with us.
Good morning.
We still don't know why we don't have a first or second referee, but that's our joke, isn't it, Chris?
It's all right. It's fine.
And this week, we've got some very special guests in the studio. We've got our Belgian beer specialists from the fantastic shop Lambicus. Belgian beer men are Henk Cortier from Belgium, from Brussels, correct? Can you say hello?
Correct. Hello.
And Victor Palomo, who's actually here in Barcelona, born in Barcelona, also known as Shelby Gray, the resident DJ at Apollo. Please say hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you.
It's great to have you here. I believe they're going to be opening some beer later on. Is that correct, Viveka? Viveka's
so I am
our
here
production
then.
guru.
Yeah.
Viveka's our production
Okay.
guru
Thank
and
you.
talent agent. Are they going to be opening some beer?
Yes, I hope so.
I think we're actually going to have, if you keep listening, we've got a special free crate of beer competition, John. Is that happening at the end of the half-time?
I think, just after half-time, if you listen in, there's a chance to win some good beer, so keep
Okay,
listening.
fantastic. So you keep listening. Right, we've got, I've got 2 guests, I've got my yes assistant who occasionally says this.
Give me a Y, give me an E, give me an F.
Yeah, she says yes.
Yes.
exactly. And I've got somebody also says no sometimes.
No.
Depending on the answers. And we've got other noises and bells.
Depending on the
like
person, I think, Tim.
We've got other noises and bells like that go off all the time. We have a website, theweeklynoticias.com, and you can also follow us at The Weekly Noticias on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We're up with all our podcasts on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, iVoox, and iTunes. And I think this week we're even being live streamed on Radio Canal Barcelona. So everybody please give a wave.
I don't know where the camera is.
All our all our videos are up also on YouTube, so there's no excuse not to see or hear us. Believe it or not, I think there was also a Fly on the Wall documentary being made about us. Is that correct, John?
That is correct. As we can't really tell you too much at the moment, but there's a lot of buzz going on about it, and people are saying this is not just going to lift the lid on the Weekly Noticias, but it's going to lift the lid on radio itself.
Okay, so we're going to go straight to round one, and this is the people in the news round. And I want to start with San Juan.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Saint Joan and San Juan. Why are they in the news? Who are they? What's that all about, San Juan? Xavi?
Well, as you probably know, San Juan was a friend of mine. You know.
Yeah?
You know that. Do you know? It's the only saint whose celebration is not on his death.
Is that
Do you
so?
know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's in his birthday.
Okay, we're going to give a
Thank you.
quick point to Xavi for that. Yeah, very good point. Do you know anything about San Juan, Andrea?
How it's celebrated in Barcelona?
Yeah, or Colombia as well. Do they celebrate it there?
No, in Colombia I don't think it's celebrated as it's done here, but
Yeah.
I know something about la fogata de Canigó.
Right. What's that?
It's the fire that was done, like the bonfire they used to do somewhere in the mountains in Canigó.
Okay.
And
okay.
then the night of San Juan, it comes down the mountain all the way to the beach. So there are different fires that are.
We're
big.
going to give Andrea a quick point for that. John, that's very good. Do you
And
know
I
anything
didn't
about
Google
it?
that.
You
I
didn't
actually
Google
know
it.
that.
You actually know that, yeah? Tori?
Well, it coincides with the summer solstice.
That's correct.
Because
You're
it's the
quite
shortest
right.
night
You
of the year.
all get a point for that. I actually, Chris, go on.
They throw bangers.
They throw bangers,
I love,
exactly.
It's
exactly.
a Catalan. It's Catalan optimism because they throw a banger
Yeah.
and it goes bang.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, let's see what the next one will do. And they throw it, and it just goes bang again, and 5 hours later, they just
I'm
keep
not
going.
sure. I'm not sure about the San Juan. You know, there's like 1,200 incidents that they called firemen out the other day on the San Juan night. I'm not sure if it's 5,200 emergency calls.
It's natural selection. I think,
5,000?
Tim. That's what-
It's you know, St John's Eve. I suppose it's the same as Guy Fawkes Night, Chris. You have that.
It is like Guy Fawkes Night, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
only no actual colours, just bangs.
It's the night of fire, the Nit del Foc. I think you mentioned.
Yeah,
Very
well
good
done.
Catalan.
Yeah. Good Catalan, man.
Yeah, okay.
good, yes.
But then
Better than your Spanish.
talking about fireworks, then we also have coming up in the news the 4th of July. What's all that about, Tori? The 4th of July.
Well, there's debate, historically speaking, about what. This is just so distracting when I have women speaking in my ear like this. Anyway, there's a debate about whether the Declaration of Independence of the United States was signed on the 4th of July in 1776 or whether it was signed on August 2nd. But
On August 2nd?
well, some people apparently weren't there. I don't know. It's like
Right.
it's like they were having lunch with their primo or something. But
Right.
Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin say they signed it on the 4th of July, which is the official American Day of Independence, which
Wow.
is what
Right.
we'll be celebrating on July 1st this weekend with the American Society concert.
And so
those are friends.
you celebrate the independence from the British Empire.
Yeah, sorry, Tim.
Yeah.
To be honest, we're kind of happy it happened as well. To be honest,
Yeah, we were like the cousin that just wouldn't get off the couch, and eventually we just
Well,
went
no.
off on our own. It was good.
And
right?
Thomas Jefferson was the founding father, they
he's
say.
dead, Tim.
He's
He's
dead,
dead,
yeah?
yes.
When did he die, Chris, for a quick point?
He died after 1776.
No, 4th of July, no?
He died
He
on
died
July
the 4th of July.
He
I was
actually
gonna
died
say.
on the 4th of July, Chris, so you failed. You failed to get a
What
point.
year? What year?
1826.
I think it's after 1776, if our mathematics is
Oh,
correct.
okay. What did we do? Go, yes, Chavi.
Thomas Jefferson
Yes.
invented a machine
Yes, what machine?
to create penne pasta.
Benny Pasta.
Penne pasta. Macarrones.
Macaroni.
Yeah, and he also quoted, never spend your money before you earn it. So I'm guessing that Thomas Jefferson was Catalan.
And he rests his case.
We're going to give Xavi a point to say Thomas Jefferson was Catalan, but actually it's quite interesting because Thomas Jefferson had a lifelong interest in linguistics. And as this show is all about linguistics, can anyone tell me how many languages he spoke?
Well, being American, if he spoke more than one, that's a miracle, to be honest.
Spanglish?
It's just he's so far away, so I can't reach him. But
Yeah,
other than
well, we
that,
can organise you can get closer to
Well,
Chris
back-
and strangle him if you want. Actually, Thomas Jefferson spoke French, Greek, Italian and German. Can you believe that?
oh my god.
Yeah, he absolutely spoke. He came to regard the Greek language as the perfect language as expressed in its laws and philosophy. So there you go. Right. Talking of the USA, the New York Times. Why is that in the news this week, Tori?
Because, here it was a big deal because everybody is familiar with the Independencia debate in Catalonia, and
Yeah.
the New York Times said that they believed that it should be legal to have a referendum, which I agree with, by the way. But the New York Times said that they don't believe that the idea of Catalan independence is actually a logical concept, but they think the referendum is important on a legal basis, and of course this was a very controversial thing to say internationally as well as, of course, locally.
I think Tori gets 2 points for that. That's a great answer.
Wow.
The New York Times actually wrote, negotiating in good faith with Catalan leaders to find a political solution, rather than relying on the judiciary's restricted interpretation of the Constitution.
It sounds logical unless your name is Mariano, and then it sounds ridiculous.
Chris gets a good point there. Okay, and now that's correct for... What's the scoreline so far, John? We're doing quite well up there.
CNN have got in on the CNN, the journalists that were sacked.
Yeah, well,
today.
we don't want to talk about them, do we?
Do we? I just wanted to say the word.
And that's another show,
Scaramouche.
then,
I just want to say the word Scaramucci because I'm
Well,
a Queen
we're going
fan.
to take a point away from Chris for
We
saying
just
that.
earned one.
Next people in the news are the
Scaramouche.
the
Can you
Spanish
do the
women's
pan-
basketball team. Why are they in the news? Tori.
Oh, I told you not to ask me about this.
And that's why I'm asking you about it.
Man,
Okay,
I
Xavi,
know.
help her out. Spanish.
Well,
They won the European Basketball Champions League in Czech Republic.
Excellent.
I did, and versus France.
Yes.
And the score was 71-55.
Good for them.
Absolutely fantastic.
Ole.
Fantastic.
Okay,
And can
very
anybody name any players on the women's basketball team? Spanish
Maria.
Mariano Rajoy?
no.
Thomas Jefferson? No.
Nobody.
Lara something.
Laura Nichols. Very good.
Lara Nichols, yes, exactly, that's what I said.
Very good. Very Spanish name
was
for the
gonna
team
say.
there. It's-
Okay, another Spanish sportsman in the news, Feliciano Lopez.
Sorry, who was that? Sorry.
Can you say it again, please?
Feliciano? How do you say that? Is that right?
Yeah.
Feliciano.
Be careful how you pronounce it. Don't break the word. Say it again. Say it.
Why? If I break the word, what happens?
No, just say it again.
Feliciano Lopez.
Well done.
Okay,
You
very
say
good.
Perfect.
Okay, what's he been up to?
He did a tweet.
He won.
Yeah.
He just
He
won
said-
a title.
He just
Yeah,
won.
but no, he said, "Arriba España,
Yeah.
one big and free." You know, he did a tweet.
No, yes,
Which
we
is
did.
really?
the most fascist thing I ever heard in my life.
Right.
Arriba España,
Yeah.
one big and free. But he was actually asking. He finished the competition. He was hungry,
Right.
so he was asking about a Big Mac. He said, "One Big Mac and free ketchup." Wanted to say.
Okay, very well. We're gonna give Xavi half a point for that. Actually, what he did, at the age of 35, he won the Queen's Club Lawn Tennis Championship.
I hope I can do that when I'm 35.
I
That's
doubt
the kind
it
of thing
very,
I-
very much,
keep
Chris. I
practicing.
doubt it very much, Chris. Okay, Salvador Dali, what's he been up to? Why is he in the news?
He's dead, Tim.
Yeah.
Well,
No, but they're going to take him out. Exhumar.
Yeah, why? Well, this is
Because
they want to. Well,
apparently
somebody wants to.
Somebody
Why?
wants the. Well, there's. What's the word? Allegedly?
Yes, very
Yeah.
good, very
well
good.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Excellent
He
word
has
from
a
Andrea.
lost daughter. Not
Right.
lost. Well, she's pretty much found, but she's just trying to get the DNA test to prove that she's.
I think they just want to see if. Yeah, I think they just want to see if the moustache is still there. That's all. That's all.
Well, it's very interesting you mentioned the moustache, Chris, because actually 2 points definitely to Andrea, but
Thank you.
a Spanish judge has ordered the exhumation
Exhumation. There's exclamation though.
of Salvador Dali's body for DNA testing to settle a claim by TV fortune teller that she is the secret daughter of the surrealist painter. Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
Could you not just tell
Can
us
I
what
say
the
that I'm
result
also a
would
lost
be?
daughter
or-
of Salvador Dali?
Well, her name is Pilar Abel Martinez, and she's 61, and for years she's insisted that she is the product of a love affair that Salvador Dali had with her mother, and she has said, Chris, that she is Dali without the moustache. Can you believe that?
She already has a niece. He has a niece who lives in Barcelona, most of the time in Barcelona, named Lali. Pobre Lali Dali, come on.
Yeah.
But her name is Lali, and she's a painter, so why don't you just ask her?
Well, I think she's tried to do a DNA test before, but something went wrong anyway. So, you've answered the question correctly, Andrea, and you get a very good point for that.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
So, at the end of round one, John, what does the word wheel throw up?
The word for round one is moustache.
Moustache, there you go. Chavi, do you know what moustache means?
Yeah.
And what is it in Spanish?
Is bigote.
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 Okay.
You know, Salvador Dali's moustache used to point 10 past 10.
Right.
That's
10
not-
past 10?
Okay.
No?
Yeah, the time 10 past
Time
10.
was 10
Yeah.
past 10.
Past
10 past 10.
10 past
If
10.
you look at in
Yeah?
Okay, that's fine.
1 o'clock.
10 past 10.
Okay, at
Did
the
it
end of round
move?
one.
That would have been
Yeah,
good.
that's interesting.
If he could actually move with the time, that would be
Yeah.
quite impressive. If
Yeah.
his moustache
10 past 10.
moved round.
At the end of round
time,
one,
Salvador.
At 12 o'clock.
John, what's the score?
It's surprising for everybody, but Chris and Andrea are on 7, and Chavi and Tori are on 6.5.
Okay.
And you actually
Okay.
took a point of Chris, I have to
Yeah.
say. We would be on 8.
Okay, that beer is very good. That takes us straight into round 2, and this is the answer round, and you have to guess what is the question. The answer this week is the water in Mallorca. What is the question, Chris?
What is responsible for the British poor behaviour in Spain? Because it's not. They don't want to get drunk, but there's alcohol in the water.
The
This is
water
what's
in
happening.
Mallorca.
60% of it's 60% proof.
It's
The
a
water.
possibility. We're going to give Chris half a point for that. Anyone else can give me the answer? Right answer? Well, the water in Mallorca.
It has to do with the fish.
I don't know, but this was a part of a Heineken commercial. Did you know that? The water in
Yes.
Mallorca don't taste like it ought to, or whatever.
Very, very good. And
well,
how
I
does the
know-
Heineken go?
How does Heineken go?
Yeah, how does the Heineken ad go?
Is the woman is trying to read like an English lesson or something, and it's
Yeah. She's trying to say what?
does the water in Mallorca don't taste like it ought to, is what she's trying to say, and then she drinks some Heineken and suddenly she can speak English, which I don't understand at all.
Why don't you try it with that beer?
Okay, because salud, by the way.
Salud.
To you.
Yes,
Thank you for bringing beer to the radio. I love you guys.
And now you can say it. Can you say it? Have a sip of the Belgian beer now. Can you say it?
The water in Mallorca looks scarier than it ought to.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Now, Chavi, I want to know if you understand that bit, that
The
author.
last
Do you understand?
part, no.
Yeah. Can anyone explain? Can you explain to Chavi why the Sun newspaper have put that as a headline, Chris?
Because they speak bad English. It's ought to. Look scarier than it ought to.
They
So
should.
oughta?
They should.
Yeah,
Okay.
should. Then it should. It
Okay.
shouldn't look that scary because there's something in the water.
Okay,
Okay.
I got it now.
There's a shark at
What's
the
the
beach.
word wheel thrown up from that round then, John?
The word wheel shows up the word shark.
Just because there was a shark in the water.
Shark.
We haven't actually answered the
I haven't
question.
answered the question, but it doesn't matter.
The water in Mallorca looks scarier than it ought to because of an 8-foot shark. Actually,
it's
Chris is
still-
quite right. We should
but
have
it-
mentioned the
It
shark.
still does actually, for the Spanish people, the 8-foot shark is less scary than the beer bellies on the beach of the British.
Exactly.
British
So
Or the Sun newspaper.
I think Chris gets an extra point. So we have two words. We have moustache and shark.
Shark.
Okay?
Yeah, I got them.
Straight into
Moustache and
round
shark.
3. That brings us to the missing words round. And the missing words quotation is ese viejo blank llamado Jeremy.
I looked this one up.
Okay,
Corbin.
Go on. What does it mean?
Because the rockero, no?
Rockero.
Yeah.
Very good, Rockero.
I thought the answer was just blank, to be honest.
Yeah, me
I thought it was
too.
just ese viejo blank.
And why?
That's
And
not a bad
Leonardo
option.
Jeremy.
este viejo.
Because I love that they've suddenly decided that the opposition leader in England is Jeremy Corbyn is like this rock star.
Yes.
That they feel like that's his, I don't know, alma or whatever.
Yes.
Which is hilarious. I mean, I love how these guys end up being in the news just kind of for whatever, ultimately.
Do you
It's like
consider-
Glastonbury Festival,
Is
no?
exactly
I was going to say,
Glastonbury.
did he actually sing with someone? It would be amazing.
That
That
would
would
be-
sing like with Tom York or something.
I know, that would make it even better.
I'm going to tell you what happened. He's described as the wrinkly radical.
Wrinkly Radical.
Yeah, the wrinkly radical rocked the crowd with his little red manifesto, according
Is that
to the
his
Sunday
DJ
Times.
name?
That's his
DJ Wrinkly
DJ.
Radical Corbyn.
And you could almost forget he didn't win the election. I'll tell you, people had bought tickets to see Radiohead and Ed Sheeran, and they were entertained by Jeremy Corbyn, who's become known as Jezza, like Jagger.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious, like Jezza. Look, it's even on the front page of the Sun, Jezza.
Does not make it
Jezza,
true.
yeah.
There's hope for you yet, Tim. There's hope that you'll become cool one day.
Grinning girls wearing Jeremy Corbyn T-shirts clambered onto their boyfriend's shoulders to get a better glimpse of a scruffy 68-year-old politician.
People
Jezza.
That is
say,
amazing.
people say that this is terrible. It's just trying to win votes, but Glastonbury is not a place to go and win votes because no one's going to remember it the next day anyway. Everyone's going to be like, I was really drunk last night and I think something funny happened.
Excellent point for Chris.
Where did they take the T-shirts? Like they actually sell the T-shirts at the Glastonbury souvenir shop.
What, Jezza T-shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell Jezza T-shirts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was fast marketing, wasn't it?
He went there to give a sort of like a speech to everybody about, the elite. Do you want me to go into it or not?
No, that's fine. I'm just saying the marketing was quite fast. Well impressed with that.
I'm okay.
I mean, we don't
So,
really.
fine.
Once you answered the question, we don't really give much more explanation. That's the thing on this show.
Well impressed with Jeremy.
You've all won
Wrinkler,
points.
Ragler.
You've all won points for the missing Spanish words. Now, the missing English words, Tori, you might like this one. The sentence is Trump's travel ban is blank.
It's retarded.
Is retarded.
I don't know.
Excellent point for Tori.
You could put any phrase there that's just negative and terrible, in my
Trump's
opinion.
travel van is an old Volkswagen camper van.
That was good.
Very good from Chris. Viveka,
van,
did you
sorry,
have one?
van.
Coming in with a Swedish comment here.
Yes, I wanted to contribute with the English technical term pants.
Pants. Trump's travel ban is pants. Excellent point there. Andrea?
Wait, explain this.
I'll
because-
continue with the R words. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous,
Ridiculous is a
okay.
good one.
Xavi, anything about Trump and his travel ban?
I don't talk about Trump.
You don't talk about
No,
Trump?
never.
Okay. Well,
Ever.
the simple answer is Trump's travel ban is back on.
Yes. They've reinstated it to a point, and there's a compromise, and some justices on the court have dissented, and other ones think that they should have
Supreme
gone
Court,
of the
yeah.
Supreme Court of the U.S.
Yeah.
have said that this is terrible, and other ones say that it's fine and it should actually go farther. So,
Yeah.
If it keeps Trump out of Britain, I'm for it, to be honest, or Spain, or anywhere else he wants to go.
but I don't think it works the other way around, where like it doesn't let him go places. That would be a better travel.
Isn't
ban.
he banned from or persona non grata in the UK?
Well, according to Jezza, yes.
To just
Yeah. He was
Our new
invited.
leader.
He was invited by Theresa May, but what does she know? Anyway, in the news as well, Trump's handshake has been in the news as well. What the Daily Mirror have said that Donald Trump's awkward handshake has evolved into a hug, and it's even more cringeworthy. Why is that?
I think it's because they I have no idea why they talk about this man so
Shall I
much,
give you a point
honestly.
anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
give me a point because
Yeah, I'll
I'm
give you a
just
point
so
anyway.
I just need some moral support at this point. Because
Okay, well, what happened was that Trump met with the Indian Prime Minister. Do you know his name? The Indian Prime Minister, Chris, for a quick point? No? Okay.
No, I
His
don't.
name is
Correct.
Narendra Modi. And he gave an air hug. Do you know what an air hug is?
Yeah.
Instead of an air kiss,
it's
he
one,
gave
it's one of those hugs, and the guys don't want anyone to think that they're homosexual, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or
Exactly.
touch
so,
him.
so
Yeah.
Indian Prime Minister gave Trump an air hug, and they sort of like air hugged one another. So anyway, none of you get a point for that at all. And at the end of that round 3, the word wheel throws up what, John?
Somewhat mysteriously, the word wrinkly.
Right, wrinkly, and that comes from?
Jezza.
Jezza, well done. So you've now. Do you understand what wrinkly means?
Wrinkly?
Yeah.
No, can you explain to
It's
me,
like
please?
Keith Richards.
Wrinkly, like a little bit like me, like getting old.
Wrinkly, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So basically, you look in the
wrinkles.
dictionary,
Yeah,
wrinkly,
exactly,
Keith
wrinkles.
Richards
Yeah, I got it.
pictures
Okay.
appear.
Lines.
And what would that be in Spanish? Wrinkly.
Arrugado.
Arrugado.
Can I say it again?
Arrugado.
Arrugado. Well
Okay.
done.
So you now have moustache shark and wrinkly. Okay.
Okay.
On your face, generally. It's
Okay.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to...
And then
All right. You're listening to
other parts.
You're listening to the weekly Noticias with me, Tim Parfitt, and my guests, Chris, Andrea, Xavi, and Tori. And we now come into round 4. And that is who is the baddie of the week. Okay. You should all have probably a baddie story. I've got one. Can you guess what my baddie story is, Chris?
I can't guess what you're about. I've got a baddie story. I've
Go
got
on
a
then,
very good one. I've
tell
got
me.
8 Abu Dhabi princesses are the baddies.
Why?
They have been fined for treating their servants badly. Or
Why? What have
we
they
call
done?
them slaves, basically. They treat them badly. They made them sleep on the floor. They had to eat leftovers. They could be called on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. and they were never allowed to go to the ball. Basically,
We're definitely giving Chris a point for that. That is a real baddie story.
Yes, yes.
That's a baddie. Andrea, do you have any baddie stories?
Well, for me, it's more a situation at the moment, which is a situation in Venezuela, which is getting...
Yeah.
Well, it was out of hand already, but right now it's just terrible. And
Yeah.
it's sad to see that it's not hitting the news as it should be.
I agree. It should be, shouldn't it? Yeah. We get it. We give Andrea a point for that. Xavi.
A baddie of the week?
Yeah, baddie.
TMB, Transports Metropolitans de Barcelona.
What have they done?
Because they're going to do a strike on Monday again,
Not
and I'm
again.
fed up of that strike.
Not again.
I can't smell any more people.
Oh,
I mean, that's enough.
that's enough. Yeah.
My nose is getting...
And what happens about that? What's going to happen, especially with the summer coming now?
I don't know. I don't know why the strike is on, but
Right.
you know.
They do it that way because I spoke to someone who's an acquaintance who works in the metro system, and he said that they strike that way a few hours every Monday because if they struck longer, like a day, a week at a time, they would discount their pay. But if they just take off a couple hours every Monday, they don't discount their pay. So it's
That's
just
the
a
Spanish
lazy
strike.
Lazy
That's
strike.
Catalan strike.
Clever,
Just
clever
turn up
people.
2 hours late to work.
Well, maybe they're
Hours late
extending their
to work.
weekend though by striking on Mondays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m. It takes the whole day off. No? To
No,
strike
no,
at
no.
6
They just there's a couple hours every Monday in the morning and the afternoon where they just stop working.
Is that your baddie as well? Are you joining him with that baddie, or are you?
No,
gonna
I have
come
a
up with
different one. I just hate the metro people.
You hate them. Do you have a baddie story?
Not Metropolitan
Yes.
Magazine, by the way.
No, they're always the
Oh,
good
no.
guys.
She's not allowed to do that.
Tori, do you have a baddie story?
Well, there were some girls who went to visit Holocaust memorials in Poland.
Oh, I know what you're going to say, and they took selfies.
No, that would be really bad. But
Yeah.
the worst, but no, is that they were spit on. They had things thrown at them, and the police just sat there and laughed, and they didn't help them at all because they said you don't belong here anyway. And I was really upset by that because these days in this world of this craziness that we have going on with Muslims, anti-Muslims, with so much violence in Venezuela, there's just so many bad things going on. And
Yeah.
when you have people from a culture, Muslim little girls who want to learn more about the Holocaust, and people spit
Yeah.
on them. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, this is a good example of what's wrong with the universe.
You get a point for that. I'm sorry that this is actually doing that noise, but you get a point.
I know
You get
it's like such a happy
that.
noise after this.
Yeah,
story.
you shouldn't. It shouldn't be a happy noise. You get a yes.
Okay,
Like that,
thank you
okay?
very much.
A more serious yes. Yes, you do. I totally agree with you. My baddie of the week actually is Theresa May.
Surprise.
Oh, what a surprise.
And her association by paying £1 billion, I think it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
With the Democratic Unionist Party, who are the anti-abortion, pro-Brexit party of climate change deniers who don't believe in LGBT rights and who Theresa May now has propping up her failing government.
Oh,
What
really?
a disaster.
That's actually their manifesto. Tim's just read their manifesto. It's not insulting them. That's actually what they write.
Exactly.
To advertise themselves.
So we've got a few baddies there, and after that
£1
round,
billion
what does
pounds,
the word wheel throw up for us, John? After that
Round 4, the word is billion.
billion from the Theresa May payment
Yes.
to the DUP.
We
Okay,
should just repeat that. She's paying £1 billion bribe.
that takes us to the end. Brings us to half time, and the scores at half time, John. What are they?
Very interesting. Chris and Andrea on 13. Xavi and Tori struggling on 10.
Check us out.
We're going to take a break. We're going to listen to some fabulous music from Tori Sparks, and I believe the track is called.
Kashmir.
And then afterwards, we're going to have our beer competition.
Beer competition.
I am a traveler of both time and space to be where I have been. Secret elders of the gentle race this world has seldom seen. They talk of days for which they sit and wait when all will be revealed. Talking songs from tongues of living grace, sounds caress my ear, but not a word I heard could I relate. The story was quite clear.
That is fantastic, beautiful music from Tori Sparks, who's actually sitting on my left here. I'm honored. That's wonderful music. And that's from her new album. It's called, the new album?
It's called La Huerta.
And you can go and hear it live and see Tori live. She's doing a load of concerts at the moment, and it's all at your website, torisparks.com. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
Fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
highly recommend it. Well, welcome back to the second half of the weekly Noticias. And as promised at the start, we now have a beer competition, I believe. Guys, are you going to explain what this is?
Yeah, so we're offering a crate of beer. 12 bottles of Belgian beer, the best quality.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
You just have to go to our Facebook page, which is Lambicus BCN, and explain where the name of our shop, of our bar, Lambicus, comes from. So if you explain...
That is a fantastic, easy competition, no?
All right. Meanwhile, we're drinking Orval, which is one of our favorite beers, a Trappist beer. 6.2 degrees of alcohol, very low in alcohol, very drinkable, slightly bitter. So enjoy that. And
really
after
good.
that, we'll have another beer. So if I have some more time later, I'll explain about the third beer.
Fantastic. You certainly will. That's great. That brings us into a very happy second half and the great introduction for the good deeds round, okay? We had the baddies before, and now we have the good deeds. And we're going to start with you, Tori. Can we give us a good deeds person? The beer's going down well, no? Apart from the beer guys, can you...
It just cracks me up because it's after the beer. Now let's talk about good people. It's so happy, the alcohol consumption in Barcelona. Well, actually, I know that I mentioned before the event that we're doing Saturday, but actually I think the American Society of Barcelona will be the people I would mention because they're constantly, I was talking to Tara and Victor, who are the main kind of jefe and jefa, more or less, of this volunteer society yesterday, and I can't even explain to you how much work they're doing to put on this benefit event on Saturday, and they do this kind of thing all the time. So I just really appreciate the work they do for the community and for the Casa Ronald McDonald, which is an organization that helps kids with cancer. It is not something funded by McDonald, it's self-funded. So I think they're fantastic.
That's fantastic, Tori. I hope we have a fantastic weekend celebrating independence from the British Empire.
Sorry, Tim.
Xavi, can you give us any good deeds?
Yeah, the European Parliament.
Yes. what
Because
have
they
done?
have the chance of forbidding the bullfighting here in Spain.
Yeah, you're right.
So they have the
are.
chance.
if-
How does that work?
Somebody has find the bullfight.
Yeah.
And wait a minute.
Says the guy with the
Yeah,
horn.
Sorry, what hat have you got on there? Is this a Belgian
I
beer?
got a hat, which is I didn't know I was going to wear this hat when I prepared. I have to say. So
Can you wave? Can you wave to the cameras to
Wait a
make sure
minute.
they can see that? Xavi, if you can't see this at the moment, he's wearing a Belgian beer hat.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
No bulls were harmed in the making
Yeah.
of the hat.
Oh my God! And I
That's
just
it.
noticed that Chris is also wearing a Belgian beer hat as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just coincidence.
Yes, it's coincidence. Yeah. Chris, have you got a good deeds?
I have. This is the owner of Noma Cafe in Madrid.
Yes. What has he done?
He has a huge gay pride banner up,
Right.
and he's refusing to take it down.
Good for
gay
him.
pride. And they basically, the police came,
Yeah.
they sent the firemen, so now all they need is a construction worker, an Indian and a cowboy, and they're ready to go with
YMCA.
YMCA.
But wait,
We
but
should have
why?
had some YMCA from Alex there. And Andrea, any
Sorry,
good...
can I ask why is it a problem that he doesn't take it down? Because I was just in Madrid and they had gay pride banners everywhere.
It's just
Well, it starts
apparently
today.
the building, the owner of the building says the colour clashes. I don't know which colour, because there's all the colours there, but one of them is clashing with the building.
One of them.
Right, Andrea, do you have any good deed stories?
Yeah, I do.
Come on then, cheer us up.
And, well, it's actually very good for my origins.
Yes.
Yesterday, Las FARC handed all of the arms they were supposed to
Yes,
give up.
I read
So
about that, yeah.
the peace treaty is looking very, very positive. So I'm
Excellent.
really happy.
That's good news from Colombia.
It's excellent news from Colombia.
Do you go back to Colombia a lot?
I'm going to go in August.
Yeah?
Yep.
Can I ask if you've watched Narcos?
Of course not.
People from Colombia get offended when I ask if they've watched Narcos.
Well,
it's a
because
great
there's...
series.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because there's
A lot of
the-
people suffered.
No, it has nothing to do with that. There is an amazing series that is the original version of Narcos, which is
Right,
called El Patrón del Mal.
Okay.
And that's an amazing series,
Okay.
and it's 100% true, everything that they say. Then
Right.
you have Narcos, which is the
The
Yankee version
yeah.
of Narcos, of El Patrón del Mal, you know, how they managed to.
How do you feel about that, Tori?
No, people always say that they're sorry, or they ask me questions about American things, and I'm like, I am not the ambassador of the U.S. It's totally okay with me. I didn't do it.
Right.
So don't
So
worry.
yeah, so it's quite offensive when they have like the, you know, how they treat that topic that is, it's hurtful for
Okay,
us and
all
for
right.
the people who suffered it, to put it on like an action film.
Okay, I'm going to give Andrea 2 or 3 points for that.
Thank you.
I'm going to also give you a great point for the American Independence Family Weekend. I think that's great as well. And the guys that are wearing the Belgian beer hats, I'm just
I
going to
think
give
they
you
get extra.
a point each just for wearing the hat, okay? And it's funny you mentioned the rainbow flag, Chris, because my goodie of the week is Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister.
Oh, I love him.
I love him
Yes,
too.
we all love him.
We all
And
love
he-
him, I think.
I love him.
he was having a great time when he took part in Toronto Pride Parade, and he was wearing rainbow socks. And so I think he's quite a cool guy, no?
Oh, he's lovely. He would be the goodie.
Well,
of
we'll get
all
him on
time.
the show next time. Okay, so what does the what's it called? The word will throw up for us, right, John?
This round 5, the word is rainbow.
Obviously, you got it right there, Chris, with the rainbow. So, Xavi, you now have, what words do you have? You have moustache,
I have a mustache.
you have shark,
I have shark.
you have wrinkly,
Billion
and you have rainbow.
and billion as well, no?
And billion, yeah, you have billion and rainbow.
Billion and rainbow.
And what's
Okay.
a rainbow in Spanish?
In Spanish is arcoiris. In Catalan,
Yeah.
interesting, is
Yeah.
Arc de San Martí.
Arc de San... Why
pero
would
¿por
they
qué?
extend it's quite a simple word, rainbow. Why Arc de San Martin?
Because San Martí was a saint.
Right? Why is a
And
rainbow
he
named after a
died.
saint?
He's
He
telling
died
you.
trying to stand
Yeah.
on a rainbow
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and just fell through.
Are you
He
serious?
used to there, yeah.
He used to wear a multicolored tunic.
Borrowed from Joseph.
I don't know if
Joseph
it's a word.
Like Justin Trudeau's
Like-
socks.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
San
We're going to give
Martin.
Xavi a round for that. Okay, after that round, what's the score then, John?
Very close. Chris and Andrea on 17, still in the lead. Xavi and Tori on 16.
Oh, fantastic. That is amazing. That's so close, no, Chris?
It is very close.
Yeah?
Won't be at the end, but it's close now.
It's the closest you've ever been, really.
It's the closest I've ever been to winning anything in my life, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Andrea, we should have warned you that Chris hardly ever wins this show.
Oh, we should let him
Is
win.
that why I'm in the team?
But maybe with some extra beer, he might win some more. So maybe the guys could be
Have
pouring
the
some more.
6.2 beer.
Yeah, we need to give Chris more 6.2 beer. Okay, that brings us to round 6, and this is our proverb round. And it's normally an English proverb, but sometimes it can be a Spanish or Belgian or Swedish proverb this week, or even a Colombian proverb or an American proverb. But what we've chosen is a fool and his money
Are
are...
currently living in the White House.
There you go.
John, what do we do there when Chris interrupts me?
We take a point
We
off.
take a point off.
But it was to insult Trump, in
I
fairness.
don't know if
So
that beer's helping you. The proverb of the week is a fool and his money are soon parted. That is the full proverb. Now, what does that mean in Spanish, Xavi?
Well, I guess a fool, un tonto pierde el dinero fácilmente.
Very, very good.
Yeah, but
You understand it, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
good,
but
yeah.
it's, what is the irony of this?
Well, there is.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you say that.
Well, Xavi, there's no irony. It's just the question, really. I mean, we want
Okay.
to know if there's, we want to know if there's a Spanish equivalent.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, full, yeah.
it's one of the few sayings that actually
Okay.
means what it says.
Okay, yeah, exactly. It's not, I don't understand the,
I think it's because it has to do with the context. Like if somebody does something extremely stupid, you can just insert proverb here, and it's like, see, I told you.
proverb.
because for instance in Spain we have dame pan y dime tonto.
What?
Dame pan,
What does that mean, Xavi?
give me bread,
Give me
and
bread.
call me fool.
Why would you be called a fool if you've been asking for bread?
Because it means like
Sell it.
I mean, give me money or give me whatever and call me whatever you want. But just
Oh,
give me
okay,
the
so if
money.
you ask
But
for money, you
there is
don't-
an irony behind it. But this
Right.
one, I don't understand.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chris, can you explain why it's in the news this week? A fool with the money? And all
Why
this?
it's in the
Yeah,
news
yeah.
this week?
It's in the
But
news.
it could be something to do with Theresa May.
It could be with Theresa May. She's
Yeah.
been fairly foolish and
Or could it be with the devil?
party with the thing was, it was our money, which is the biggest problem. She's got hers quite well kept, I would imagine. But well, not mine because I don't pay tax in England, but taxpayers in Britain.
You do have
lost
painted
money.
fingernails, though. I'm noticing.
Yeah,
I do have painted
Very
fingernails.
good.
What's that about?
Tori gets an extra point for noting that Chris paints his fingernails.
But it matches his shirt. It's pretty impressive.
He doesn't pay pay tax, but he paints his fingernails.
There you go.
Okay, I think Torres gets a couple of points for that, John. Okay,
Give a point. Give a point.
and what does the word will throw us up after that round?
The word will throws
Nail
up
polish.
the word fool.
Fool. Excellent.
So,
So what are the words you've got now, Chevy?
Again? Mustache, shark, wrinkly, billion, rainbow, and full.
Can you pronounce moustache again, please?
They're taking your revenge, no? Mustache.
Does Feliciano Lopez had a moustache?
Yes. Mustache. You said huerta.
Huerta.
Huerta, no, huerta. Mustache.
Okay.
Because before you said huerta.
Yeah, but I was referring to Tori Sparks'
Yeah, I know,
album.
but it's not huerta. Huerta.
What is it then?
The H is silent.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to keep his points as they are. I'd
I'd have lost points for that. I have to say at this point.
Well, you're going
Yeah,
to
I
lose
was
a
gonna
point
say
if you
that.
keep butting in. And that brings us to what's the scoreline now after that round 6?
Chris is just, I don't know what's happening, he's giving it away. It's 16, Chris and Andrea, and it's Xavier and Tori on 18 now. They're making a move.
Yeah, beer's going down very well, guys. It brings us to round 7, and it's on this day in history round. 28th of June. 1914 is the first one. What happened on the 28th
Yeah, I know that.
of June? You know that, yeah?
Yeah.
What is it then, Chad?
The Archduke
Very
Frank
good.
Ferdinand
You've
was
Googled
killed
it.
on his wedding anniversary. You know what's his
I didn't
wedding
know it was
anniversary?
his wedding
Which is not that bad.
No.
I mean, it's bad that he was killed because after the worldwide, the white war, the
World War.
WW1.
World War I.
But if it's in your wedding anniversary, it's not that bad. A little bit, but not that bad.
Depends on the wife, man.
You're quite right. It's Franz,
Yeah, but I
Franz
don't think his
Ferdinand. Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria was assassinated.
Yeah.
And that was actually the start of World War One. Can Chris? I'm going
If
to
you
try.
had forgotten to buy a present, it would be quite a good thing. Is
Yes, you don't get a point for that though, Chris.
I don't know.
No, what you could get a point for is giving me his full name.
His name was Franz.
Ferdinand.
I have a moustache like Dali.
No, it's Franz Ferdinand Karl Ludwig Joseph Maria.
We all
Josep
knew
Maria?
that.
Joseph Maria.
He was Catalan,
Yeah, Joseph Maria. Okay.
Oh, he's
He was
Catalan as
Catalan
well.
like Thomas
Jefferson?
Jefferson.
Exactly.
If that lady turned out not to be Dali's son, she could actually do a test on Franz Ferdinand as well, just to make sure it's not him, because they do have the same moustache.
No.
Okay.
That's all I can say to you, Chris. Okay. Right, okay.
got the same
I'm going to
moustache,
give you
so
another
that's
clue. On the 28th of June, 1926, somebody was born. Who were they? Who was born on the... Yeah, born, not died. 1920... So it's basically 12 years after Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated. Only 12 years, somebody was born.
His moustache rose
Not his son then, because
from the grave
Hitler. No, not Hitler.
and went round hunting.
Chris
people.
Groves.
No, I'm going to give you a clue. It's a
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards,
No, not
probably.
Keith Richards. Keith Richards was not born in 1926, Tori.
Well, we were talking
Honestly.
about the
Have you
He was,
reason.
he was at least 10. by then.
You don't know.
And it wasn't Jezza, it wasn't Keith Richards, it was a film producer. I'm going to give you his first name,
Mel Brooks.
Very good, Chris.
Yay! Do we get a
Okay.
point for this? Or do
We
we
get
taking
hundreds.
points
Just take
out?
points away.
Hundreds of
Yeah.
points.
American actor, director, producer, and screenwriter, born on June the 20th, 1926. Can anyone name some of his movies?
I can name lots. It's Blazing Saddles.
Very good.
Young Frankenstein.
The producers,
The
very
Producers.
good. Well done.
Wonderful.
He had a great quote. You won't appreciate this, Chris, because it's to do with comedy. But his quote was, "Tragedy is when I cut my finger. Comedy is when you walk into an open sewer and die."
Oh, I like this guy.
Okay.
He also
Let's see.
said-
What's the word we'll throw up after that round, John?
The word wheel throws up the word sewer.
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 You see, because-
Oh, that's wow! Good. You just happened to. Okay. This
Okay,
word-
I don't know what's happened to the computer there. Anyway, so at the end of round 7, what words do you have now? You have 7 words. What are you going to do with them, Chavi? What are the 7 words?
I have mustache, shark, mustache,
Moustache.
shark, wrinkly, billion, rainbow, fool, and sewer.
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 Yes.
Sewer.
Okay, do you know what a sewer is?
Yeah, alcantarilla we call it, no?
Alcantarilla?
the-
What's that?
where all
Like a-
the-
Yeah,
Alcantarilla.
the little thing
Where all the-
all the
Okay.
waters are going. Yeah.
So what's great this week is that we've given Chavi 7 words. Moustache, shark, wrinkly, billion, rainbow, fool, and sewer.
And I have-
Can I have a go? Can I have a go at this?
After
Okay,
Chavi,
I'm gonna try.
Chris, yeah. Can you create a sentence out of those?
I'm gonna try.
Go for it.
Okay. a fool after selling the only species of the wrinkly shark with mustache named Rainbow for $1 billion lost the check in the sewer.
Muy bien.
Literally, a fool and his money are soon parted.
That is absolutely. You've got to congratulate.
That makes,
I had the idiom and everything.
that makes absolute sense.
My
That's
sentence.
unbelievable.
Xavi is learning such good English every week. That's brilliant. What's your sentence, Chris?
My sentence was moustache, shark, wrinkly, billion, rainbow, fool, and sewer are all words.
Wow. It's like a haiku or something.
Okay.
You have to add lame to that.
That's very good, Xavi. I'm very impressed.
Thank you,
very
thank you.
impressed. Okay,
Thank
at the
you.
end of round 7, what's the score, John?
That's the beer.
It's been a big turnaround, I'm afraid. Chris and Andrea, normal services resumed on 16, and Xavi and Tori on 27.
Oh.
Okay, I think we're going to give another quick plug to the beer competition, guys. Do you want to actually just mention again what our listeners have to do?
Okay.
It's a fantastic beer, and I think we should be sharing it with the world.
Yeah, well, this is a beer we're drinking right now. It's called Orval. It's a Trappist beer. The one we had before was a Pils 13, artisanal Pils, very good beer. And we're going to taste a third beer later on. The competition is actually, you have to go to our Facebook page, which is Lambicus BCN for Barcelona, and explain to us where our name comes from, Lambicus.
That's a fantastic competition.
Yeah.
Xavi, have you got a beer joke?
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is that I think the best word in English language is the word brewery. Because
Very good.
you can say it whether if you're sober or drunk, and it sounds exactly the same. Like brewery. You could go,
It's true,
you could
it's
go
true.
2 a.m. and if your wife said, "Where have you been?" and you said brewery,
It's true.
nothing happened to you.
It's true. It's like sewer and a little bit like moustache as well.
But
It's true. It's true. Brewery. Any beer jokes from you, Chris?
No.
Okay, good.
Wait.
I had, but you'll take points off for them. So I'm
My
not gonna do
guitar
anything.
player is constantly coming up with these jokes, which he says that there's been a study that Coca-Cola is really, really bad for your mental and physical health.
Right.
And he said it's been tested all over the world because, men will go out to the bar with their friends and have like 12 beers,
Right.
and their wife stays home and has one Coca-Cola, and he comes home at 2 a.m, and she's like shows signs of like rage and anxiety, and he feels fine. So he's saying the point is Coca-Cola is dangerous, and beer is actually good for you. So this is my guitar player
That's
weighing
fantastic.
in on health and beer, and the beer guys are over there like, yeah.
We're gonna give Tori a couple of extra points there. I hope that doesn't make the score too.
This game's
far,
awesome.
because we're coming into the last round.
Yeah, last track on. Let's get serious.
what's the
Let's
score?
get serious now.
Chris got a couple of bonus points for not telling a brewery joke, so it's much closer now.
There you go, Chris. So what's the score before we go into the final round?
26 plays 27.
Oh, wow.
Who's got 26, John?
Chris,
Doesn't
of course.
matter. Who's got it?
Okay, there's 1 point in it, and you have to be careful with the beer, but we now come to the buzzer round. Okay. There's the buzzer in the
You have
middle.
to actually hit the buzzer?
That's the noise. You have to hit the buzzer.
You do.
The first team to hit the buzzer gets the first chance to answer the question. It's the quick fire round. And you only answer once, and then it goes to the other team, okay? And I have the questions here.
You got this. It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay, ready? The first question is, for what magazine, this is an American one for you, for what magazine did Hugh Hefner serve as circulation manager while...
Come on, man. You can't,
Metropolitan.
clearly.
You do not get a chance to answer, okay? What magazine did Hugh Hefner serve as circulation manager while he was raising money to launch Playboy? Come on. The most different...
Penthouse.
No!
was
You're
gonna
not
say-
supposed to answer.
Hustler.
No, nobody's going to get it, therefore.
I have no
It's,
idea. I'm hoping it's
a
something like National Geographic. That would be awesome.
Children's Activities magazine.
Are you kidding me? Life is just weirder than fiction. It
So it
always
was
is.
Playboy already.
In Denmark, there is a
Aye.
20 kroner fine for not reporting what?
In Denmark.
In Denmark, what is it?
People who go around giving 20 krona fine.
No, it's your own or anyone else's death. By law,
Your
every
own
Your
death?
own.
You get fined for that.
by law, every citizen of Kentucky must do what annually?
Have Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, unfortunately not. But we're going to give you a half point for that.
Not have Kentucky Fried
It's
Chicken.
actually take a bath.
I was going to go to the dentist or something. What?
Yeah.
Something happening with hygiene.
Take a bath. So they both get half a point, John. Okay. What's the most common illness to affect British tourists in Spain?
Sunburn.
Very good.
Oh, yes.
You've got a point for that.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was too obvious.
Being super drunk doesn't count?
Raw horse flesh is an ice cream flavour sold in which country?
Raw horse flesh?
Flesh is an ice cream flavour.
Belgium.
Nope. Come on, quick. Anyone? No?
Spain.
No, it's Japan.
Oh.
Okay.
Almost.
Three linked questions here. What breed won the world's ugliest dog contest in California?
Oh, I don't know the breed.
Trump won it. Oh, no. He was a judge and they gave him the prize anyway.
Can I describe the dog? No. If I get, can I get a
Well, I
point?
can give you the dog's first name.
Tom.
No, Martha.
Okay. Martha.
Martha?
No, but is it the ones that like skin and then they have like like random white hairs on the ears?
No, I'm sorry.
It was a rainbow
what was it?
It's a Neapolitan Mastiff.
Excellent!
I knew that.
That's amazing. That's a fantastic. And how much did it weigh, Tori?
57 kilograms if memory serves.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I'm so good
Your
at this
interest in ugly dogs is fascinating.
Okay, in
It's kind of
Kansas, it's illegal to
pathological.
serve what in teacups?
What?
Whiskey.
Where?
Is it really whiskey?
Where?
No, it's
What
not
was the
whiskey.
question?
guys.
Didn't ring the bell. Didn't ring
In
the bell.
Kansas, it's illegal to serve what in teacups?
Gin.
Tea.
Go on, John. Go, Chris.
Chris, it's illegal to sell
It is Chris, isn't it?
sugar.
No, it's wine, honestly.
Wine. Wine.
Okay.
Wait, it's a law?
Can you sell teacups and wine separately and let people do what
we're
they want?
coming into the final question. It's a Spanish joke.
Okay.
Okay.
¿Cómo se llama la persona que vende puertes en inglés?
When they qué?
What? Be careful with this pronunciation. Say it again.
I say, okay.
Because you just... Yeah, say it again.
This show's supposed to help your English, not
I know,
mine.
yeah, but you said before in the presentation,
Okay.
you said
¿Cómo
Spanish
se-
and English.
¿Cómo se llama la persona que vende puertas
Ahora
en
sí.
inglés? What is it?
Is it not a carpenter?
Doorman.
No,
Yo qué sé.
it's un vendedor.
No, that's terrible.
But that's a joke?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a joke.
Vendedor.
But
right.
puerta is
Oh.
door in English. That's all.
Okay,
Vendedor.
You should have like the
What's the final score? What's the final score, John?
Unbelievable. Chris has finally done it. Chavi and Tori on 29.5. Chris and Andrea... Oh, no, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Chris and Andrea on 28.5. Chavi and Tori win.
Okay, we're going to go out with some more beautiful music from Tori Sparks. You've been listening to the Weekly Noticias with Tim Parfitt, my guests, Chris and Andrea and Tori and Xavi, and some fantastic beer, Belgian beer from Lambuski. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Lambic. That's not the effect of the beer.
That's the effect of the
You
beer.
are not winning the contest, Tim.
Okay, we've had a fantastic
drink my
show.
beer.
And this song from Tori is what?
I think this is Leyenda del Tiempo, which is
Okay.
originally by Camarón de la Isla. Ahora nosotros doing a blues version of Leyenda del Tiempo.
Okay, with thanks to Viveka, our talent agent and production guru, and with Katrina and with Alex. We're going to be back next week if they allow us out of the residencia again. Okay, I think we've had great fun
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Lambicus.
Corazón de sueño. El tiempo va sobre el sueño, hundido hasta los cabellos, hundido hasta los cabellos. Ayer y mañana comer oscuras flores de duelo, oscuras flores de duelo. El sueño va sobre el tiempo, flotando como un velero, flotando como un velero. Nadie mueve semillas en el corazón de sueño, en el corazón de sueño. tiempo. Cruzar el nido del niño, la lengua rota del viejo, la lengua rota del viejo. Flotando como un velero, oh, flotando como un velero. Nadie puede abrir semillas en el corazón del sueño, en el corazón del sueño.